Hello, everybody. David here. Welcome. Here we share true stories from real people. Today, starting out with the first story. Best friends and wife dropped the ball, struggling with how to handle it. Original post, October 30, 2022. Reason: I fully understand that there are much greater tragedies out there than what I'm about to describe. I just need to write this out and would appreciate any feedback or strategies. Myself, my wife, and our college friends, including my best friend and his wife, have been participating in a college football pick'em league for the past 12 years. It's all in good fun, but I'd say most of us take it pretty seriously. Over the years, we've had different winners, but for 6 straight years, there was one guy who kept winning. Each year, we throw a big tailgate party at one of the games where the previous year's winner is honored with a speech and a trophy. Last year, we even arranged a surprise cameo video at the tailgate for the guy who won 6 times in a row. I broke his streak last year and won the championship. But I'm also the one who usually arranges for the trophy and cameo or whatever cool thing we're doing. So yesterday was our big game, and it was my chance to be recognized as last year's winner. A few hours in, my wife had a few drinks and said, "I don't even know what we're doing this year for. The guy who won 6 years in a row." Then I said that actually, I was the one who won, and her entire face changed. Our friend standing next to her went pale as a ghost. First, they laughed, then said, "Wait, that was you." I realized at that moment that they or anyone hadn't even thought about doing anything. No trophy, no speech, nothing. My best friend quickly got informed by my wife that they forgot to do something, and he said nothing. Couldn't even make eye contact. It got worse for me. After it all started, a full hour later, I went to the bathroom. I came back out, and some people started clapping because my wife had awkwardly arranged for the party crowd to do something. It got even worse because the guy who won 6 years in a row and always got something cool was laughing hysterically, making everyone forget what they were supposed to do. I'm just sad. I really don't want to talk to my wife. This morning she gave me a very brief apology and offered sex to make me feel better. That made it worse. I drove 6 hours home, crying, wondering how a group of people I love and care about could just drop the ball. I sent a message to some saying how awful it felt to be forgotten. It's bad. I'm sure tomorrow I'll feel less sad. Related opinions. Moon Glade Women Error. You're the planner. You're the one who brings everyone together and makes sure no one or nothing gets forgotten. So when you don't do all the work, no one else does. It sucks that they forgot to celebrate your win. You deserved the recognition, and they let you down. Truly sorry, Ob. Back. They dropped the ball, and then handled it really poorly. A sincere apology should have come as soon as possible, followed by making it up to you. I'd really want to join another league, just so you could forget about it and detach from that scene a bit. Even if they didn't do the celebration / you're the planner for the group, it's still not cool. I hate football, but this pisses me off. Everyone loves getting their moment and praise, but not everyone is good at returning the favor. Op went out of their way to make sure anyone who won had a good time and felt special for 6 years, and got nothing when it was his time to shine. And on top of that, his wife tries to downplay it and act like he's overreacting. Feels bad. The least they could do is apologize, especially the one who laughed after OP, who made his win special in the first place. Kazuga got 420. This isn't dumb at all. You're totally validated in how you feel, and it sucks that your friends and wife didn't recognize how important this was to you. I totally get it, it's not about the fantasy football, it's the pretense of the whole situation. Honestly, if it were me, I'd call my friends on the phone or meet them in person, not text, and tell them how it made you feel unappreciated as a member of the friend group, and how their reactions were after realizing you were the winner. Not because it's a fantasy football game, But because this is clearly something you all have put effort and care into for years, and there's no reason you should be brushed aside. I'd also tell your wife how it felt when she offered sex. Sex shouldn't be something to be rewarded or withheld, and that rings alarm bells for me personally. You deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate you just as much as you treat them. This isn't acceptable, and it's important you say something. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Sending love to you, Op. Thank you so much, really. I'm tearing up knowing someone else understands. I'm in the house feeling like I'm on an island alone. OOP update in the same post/day after October 31, 2022. Update. It's tomorrow, after a night of me sleeping on the couch. Last night I got an email apology from the girl who turned pale when she found out. My wife woke up at 6 a.m. to get ready for work, and I got up to help the kids get ready for school. She wanted to talk and asked if I could talk. I was half asleep and not really thinking. The first thing she said was that I need to keep perspective. She said it's not like she cheated on me, she just forgot something big, but worse things could have happened. I didn't respond. She asked how long she would be punished for this, and I just said it's not all about her. She's clearly frustrated, and I'm too scared to say anything that would make her mad, feeling like she's pushing me to say something, anything. I realize she wasn't comforting or trying to understand me. She wants a complete resolution before we have to host the kids tonight. Right now, that's where we are. She texted me, "Good morning," and I haven't replied. Related opinions. Sirocco dream. When the planner doesn't plan, things don't get done. I'm sorry your lame friends didn't treat you right by remembering to celebrate your win. I'm even sorrier that none of them had the guts to apologize to your face in front of the group for being such a crappy friend. And lastly, to the guy who laughed and no one could shut him up, except my two-finger salute over the internet. Now that I've made it clear I'm definitely on your side, I ask you, what do you want to happen now? Really think long and hard about what you want. Yes, the whole fantasy football thing was crappy, but who are these people outside of that situation as friends? Do you call them if you need help moving, and will they show up? If you suffered a real tragedy, would any of them be the shoulder you cry on? If you have kids, or plan to have kids, would you want these people to be a part of your child's life? If these people are just college fantasy football bros, then maybe you need to consider letting them all go. You've put in considerable time and effort, and probably money, to make these events enjoyable for them, but when it was their turn to repay the favor, they didn't care enough to follow through. I don't blame them for not being more upfront in their apology on the day it happened. According to your account, they were all caught off guard, and most of us find it hard to admit our mistakes and apologize properly when we're still processing how much of an asshole we were. Has any of them reached out since? Only you can decide what these people mean to you, and whether you want them to continue being in your life. If I were you, I'd write a big article on all the things I've done for the group over the years, trying to make this event an epic yearly occurrence. I wouldn't curse or insult, but I'd make it clear to everyone that this yearly event was fun because I worked hard. Then I'd end it with how disappointing it was that none of them thought it was fitting to return the favor when I was the winner. I'd definitely point out the previous winner who laughed and was a total jerk, and how bad it was that they didn't shut that noise down, but I'm petty like that. Maybe you're not that petty. I'd put this in the group chat, or whatever medium you all use to communicate, and see what happens. Maybe you'll get a lot of heartfelt apologies, and they'll plan a grand bash in your honor, and all will be well. Or maybe you'll get a bunch of hatred back, and you'll see their true colors. Either way, you'll have your answer about what kind of friends they really are. Once you've sorted out the friend situation, you'll need to sort things out with your wife. I have a lot of questions for her, and I think you do too. Why didn't she arrange something to celebrate your win in the first place? A wife might be something that needs marriage counseling, but only you two can determine that. I don't know. I don't want anything as of this morning, I just want my wife to not be so stressed. But I kind of feel like she should have been the one not to do this. And Vorks. Does your wife always suck as bad as she did here? Op. No. She's amazing and a great partner. But a big part of her personality is that she hates any feeling that she's done something wrong. It's like she becomes a different person.